Good morning. Welcome to day 24 of Daily Habit. We have been reading thus far this week from the daily book called The Dash, Making a Difference with Your Life by Linda Ellis and Mac Anderson. Yesterday we touched on anger, and today we're going to be touching on the concept of appreciation. Please refer back, if you are following along, in the playlist for The Dash. And then there's also a playlist for the previous book, which was About Change by Brad Stulberg. It was over a 10-day period. It was a nice Cliff Notes version of that book. And then prior to that, we read from the book Holy Moments. I haven't put that in a playlist and not quite as organized on that one. This is, of course, something new for me, so I appreciate that you're tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe. It's wonderful if you do, to follow this content as well. Give me comments, give me feedback. It's always appreciated. And as I continue to get better at this, I think I will start working out the concepts potentially of making the videos a little bit better, the sound quality a little bit better. I'm just using my iPhone at this point, and recording these videos in the mornings as a part of this daily habit. They say it takes 30 to 60 days to build a pretty solid foundation, a daily habit. And the purpose behind this was to read something in the morning and kind of reflect on it and continue to build up to incrementally just not only knowledge, but just being in touch with ideas. I've had a lot of these books kind of laying around over the years, and I don't always finish the book. I stop and start. So I've started to kind of pull out those books and kind of start reading them. And hopefully, if you're tuning in for this, you're seeing me and also listening to my thoughts as well. Today's item about appreciation, at least this first thing we're going to read, I really do hope you try this out. I'm going to try this out myself after we're done with this reading today. I think it's a really neat concept. There's also a website listed here for the person, so feel free to do that. And as always, what I'll say, I'm hoping that you're having a great week. I hope that thus far it's been going wonderful for you. God is in your corner, and this is Friday, so happy Friday going into the weekend, and make it a great day. So let's get started. Barbara Glantz, which is at barbaraglantz.com, that's Glanz, is a speaker, author, and also a good friend. One of her favorite quotes from Albert Schweitzer is, "Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown again into a flame by an encounter with another human being. Each of us owes the deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this inner light." When Barbara speaks, she will ask her audience to shut their eyes and to think about someone who at some time in their lives has rekindled their inner light. She will leave the room in silence for several minutes, and it is always a profound experience for everyone as they remember the joy they received from the appreciation of someone when they needed it the most. And be less quick to anger and show appreciation more. Afterwards, she'll ask them to write down the name of the person they thought of and to commit their own act of appreciation by letting that person know in the next 72 hours that they thought of them. She'll suggest a phone call, a note, or even just a little prayer if they are no longer alive. After one very moving session, a gentleman came up to talk with her and thank her for creating a new awareness in him. He said he had thought of his 8th grade literature teacher because she was everyone's favorite teacher and had really made a difference in all of their lives. And he was going to track her down and let her know what happened. One afternoon, nearly 2.5 months later, Barbara received a phone call from him. He was very emotional on the phone and could hardly get through his story. He said that it had taken him nearly 2 months to track down his teacher. And when he finally found her, he wrote to her, and the following week, this was the letter he received back. Dear John, you will never know how much your letter meant to me. I am 83 years old, and I am living all alone in one room. My friends are all gone. My family's gone. I taught for 50 years, and yours is the first thank you letter I have ever gotten from a student. Sometimes I wonder what I did with my life. I will read and reread your letter until the day I die. It's powerful. He sobbed on the phone. He said, every reunion we've had, she's always the one we talked about. She was everyone's favorite teacher. We loved her. But no one had ever told her until she received his letter. Never forget, it's not the things you get, but the hearts you touch that will determine your success in your dash. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but is what is woven into the lives of others. Hercules. That one got me today, guys. I don't tear up too often, but I have a little bit of like tears in my eyes. Isn't that the truth? I've heard that quite a bit about people that touch your lives, that especially teachers, people that honestly do a huge part of our formation. Not, our parents are a big part, and then teachers. And I hope you do this exercise. I think it sounds wonderful. I'm really going to try to make a mission to do this as well. The idea is take some silent time this morning with your eyes closed to think about that person who touched you, who helped you, that you want to send appreciation to. And as she mentioned, even if they're not alive, write them a letter. Send them a prayer of gratefulness. If they are alive, track them down. Tell them how much they made a difference in your life. I think that's really important, especially in a world where when we're online like this and we're giving our hearts, giving our inner, selves, we're talking about things that are, I think important in many ways. How can we be civil? How can we do things that build up the kindness in the world? So many teachers are dropping out of the profession. It's tough nowadays. There's just a general lack of respect, and it's unfortunate. Teachers used to be our bedrock, something we could truly entrust in a way that they should be given so much appreciation. So it's something for me to think about within the next 72 hours. Try to figure out who that person is and make sure you reach out and send them the appreciation they so much deserve. I'll end on that. And tomorrow we'll be talking about the concept of love. I think we all know a little bit about that, the concept of love. And it's a good topic. So thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it, as I mentioned earlier. And God bless. Make it a great day, and see you tomorrow.